What's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try to do what, Manny?
Put the love back in your right.
Yes, I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and as always, we have the Coco co-host, the Black Don Juan, Big Daddy, Manulus Rojas Martin Jr.
You make it sound so sexy. Thank you so much to my hostess with the mostest. I want to thank everybody in the comments.
Wait, don't fat shame me.
Whatever, the hostess with the lestest. First off, shout out to that amazing sweatshirt. What are you wearing there?
Oh, it's a little fucking boo. The bombing podcast, a little merch I'm working on. You know,
what's this bombing podcast that you have for people who may not know
what
about
it
it?
is? You've done it. Fucking
Oh, that's
boo.
right.
Bombing
yeah, it's about
stories.
bombing stories.
Yes, I did Mike Favorman. Do you know Mike Favorman?
Mm-hmm.
I just recorded this with him today. Let's give a shout out to everybody that's in here. Jonathan T, Alice Mariah, Sandy J, the N-word, Divine Equinox, Michael Joseph, and we're good. Okay, I got everybody.
All right.
I never know. It just sounds weird if I just say N. The N.
Oh, man.
We got a great show for you today, and we're going to be taking, or I'm going to be taking a live test, or test live, or whatever. Manny will be administering a fucking test.
Yes, it'll be a psychological test to
rectal exam. Oh, what?
Oh, sorry. A penile test to make sure that everything is working. No, it is a test to see what his relationship is all about.
What up, Divine Equinox, Robert Audrey? Okay, we left off last week the Prince Andrew scandal.
Yes,
dude, is it it's like there's all these, I'm a big conspiracy theory guy. I love conspiracy theory shit, but I'm like, what is the deal with pedophilia? No, what is the deal with spit it out, man? They're touching kids, they're touching little girls, little boys. What's going on?
My God.
I don't get it.
It's yeah. So
okay,
wait, hold on. What's your question? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say everybody talks about like all these higher ups are into pedophilia and shit like that, right. And you're like, nah, man. But then fucking everything always comes out. It's true. These fucking psychos. A quick shout out, Divine Equinox, Robert Audrey, and okay, we got everybody.
Yep. So definitely the thing with pedophilia. Don't get me wrong. There are people that are, like
you're gonna be like, don't get me wrong. It's not that bad.
Don't get me wrong. It's fucking horrible. But what an amazing like tactic, right? To use against your enemy. Like that's the one thing nobody can be for, right? So the second you start calling somebody a pedophile, people can jump on board. So if you're, for instance, a QAnon, if you're QAnon, you're like, oh, this person who isn't with my political party, they're pedophiles. They're all pedophile rings, and they're the ones who are doing this. Or, here's a celebrity who's a liberal, and blah, 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 blah. They're a pedophile. So you just keep throwing this out there. And, I'm sure that there are quite a few that are like real, but here's the thing. Check out QAnon. They're not talking about Matt Gaetz, who slept with a 17-year-old, right? They're just all like, oh,
who's Matt Gaetz?
Matt Gaetz is a Republican congressman who he has a charge against him for sleeping with a minor, and I guess they have his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and she's testifying against him now. But I mean, you see people try to put it on Joe Biden because he's that old guy and doing weird shit like smelling somebody's hair. You know what I mean? And that is weird. And
I always thought QAnon was a group that didn't like black fraternities. Fucking boo.
Boo.
What up, Daphne Parks? Man.
But I mean,
did somebody else come in here? No, Daphne Parks. Okay, sorry, dude.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's like I do truly believe the higher you get up in society, the more you start feeling invincible. It's like you start feeling like you can't be touched. And here's the thing. I mean, I'm sure, think about how many people were nerds, right? And then all of a sudden they're hanging out with this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, who's throwing all these parties and shit and has all these girls over here. And think about this. When was the last time you've gone on a date and you asked somebody for their ID? You know?
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, I remember I might have talked about it on no, I talked about the crackhead. But there was a dude when I was I think I was around 21. I met this girl, I think it was at the mall back when that was like the hangout thing. You hang out at the mall. Met this girl, fucking smoking body, you know, good looking, beautiful, all that, blah, blah, blah. We start talking on the phone. We just exchanged numbers at the mall, start talking on the phone, and come to find out, I think she was 16 or 17. And I was like, what? And she was like, oh no, my mom's fine with me dating older guys and this. And I'm like, I'm not fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like, you know, talk to me in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even to like play the reverse scenario, right? Remember the first girl you hooked up with, right? How old were you and how old was she?
I was 16. She was 21.
Yeah, exactly, right. And you were tall enough to look a certain kind of way, you know. So I don't get me wrong. I think that there is, I mean, it's interesting to find out that Jeffrey Epstein parties had what Bill Gates had Bill Clinton, had Trump,
had all the bills.
Yeah, exactly right. Had Trump there, you know, but it's like it's kind of goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. It's like you'll find a reason to support your guy and, you know, say like, oh no, he wasn't really friends with this person. You know what I mean? Right. So you'll believe whatever you want to believe ultimately.
And shout out to Wonder Man, who came in here late. But who was it that was it N that said Jay definitely had an energy drink. You are correct, sir. And a nap. Fucking took a nap and then fucking did a little reenactment of Epstein Island. What?
Yeah, I will say though, I mean, like you find out more and more, you know, as time goes on. I mean, fuck, we all thought Bill Cosby was a fucking good dude, right? You know?
Oh yeah.
So I want to check out that documentary that's on is it on HBO with Kamar Bell? Or is it on Showtime?
Is it about Cosby?
It's about Cosby.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Check it out. But yeah, anyways.
Alice says she has a smoking body, and then dude, this was I mean, if you saw her, you thought she was probably 25. Again, I was 21 at the time, and this is back in the 90s. You know, shit was a little more loose. No, I didn't do anything with her except talk on the phone. Don't fucking get me in trouble. You're trying to get me canceled, Alice. What the fuck?
I mean,
she looked older, and her face and her body was definitely a woman's body looking. And then she was like 16, and I'm like, bye-bye.
Seriously, it's wild to think though. I mean, how many people have gotten caught up because they didn't ask for an ID, you know? And I guess you should always, you know, I'll always tell Miles, I'm like, shit, once you get over 18, motherfucker, be asking people how old they are. You know what I mean? Like,
this is one everybody's trying to cancel me. Things were different back in the day. You get it, Jonathan. Jonathan agrees. Thanks for having my back, Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan T, for everybody that's in the chat, wanted to agree with me.
My cousin was telling me, he was like, yeah, back in the day, he was like Joseph and Mary, they were like teenagers. You know what I mean? Like having Jesus and stuff. So I was like, all right, man, I guess. So
start being like the IRS with the IDs. Yeah, seriously. I mean, yeah, it was I was like stunned when she told me that. I was just like, what? And she was like, oh, my mom doesn't care that I date older guys. I'm like, I do, as does the law.
Yeah, it's wild, man. You know, and even we have friends in the comedy game who like their parents were like illegal. You know what I mean? Like basically, like the dad was too old for the mom. So you know, two comics. I won't say them on here, but you know them really well. So.
I do.
Yeah.
Tyler? No. Just fucking cancel everybody. Everybody's getting cases.
Yeah, but back to the Prince Andrew thing. I think it's crazy, man. It's one of those things of power, right? So. You know, that
he doesn't have no more.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been stripped of. So you know, maybe you can fill me in. I don't know everything about it, but I know that the Queen, that was like her favorite son, and apparently
was it her son or grandson? Or
that's her son. Yeah, that's the Queen's son. Okay, but that was like one of her favorites. But I think they stripped him of everything.
So I don't know a lot about the English monarchy because fuck them. They came over to try and colonize my island, Ireland.
I don't know if you knew about this, but they colonized the rest of us too.
Yeah. Prince Andrew. Let's see. I'm Googling lost title.
And also,
his military appointments were suspended after he stepped back from public duties in 2019, but he has now lost a series of UK military titles, including Colonel of the Grenadier Guards. What do they make Shirley Temples? One of the most senior infantry regiments in British Army. This is off the BBC. Who is he and what is he losing? Let me see. He lost Colonel in Chief of the Small Arms School. I guess those are little people. Colonel in Chief of the Royal Irish Regiment. Good. Get the fuck out. One day we'll be together. Chucky or Law. Nobody knows what Chucky or Law is. You can Google it. Our day will come. Colonel in Chief, the Royal Lancers. Colonel in Chief of the Yorkshire Regiment. Commodore in Chief of the Fleet Air Arm. Dude, there's like 18 fucking titles he's lost.
Jesus.
Yeah, good.
And they probably don't mean anything. So I want to ask. Wait, hold on. So wait, what did Alice say? Alice said, Daphne. The one story that came out so far was creepy and disgusting, but not unexpected, seeing as this woman, or these women were incoherent pretty often. More than likely.
To be clear, Alice is talking about the prince, not my story about I met a girl at 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Alice, since you were the one that was like, oh, right here, officer. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
Just talked to her on the phone, found out her age, and cut off ties. Just to be clear.
And then Daphne said, how would we feel if we had a daughter and she was dating an older guy? Like how much older? I mean,
how much older and how much more money?
Yeah, exactly. Like it would definitely be problematic for me. I mean, if we're just talking like a year or two, that's nothing. If we're talking,
dude, being honest, like so let's say I have a girl that she's 17 and she brings home a guy that's, let's say he's 19, or maybe we'll say she's 16, he's 18. So he's of legal age and they went to high school together and they know sorry, Jay met that 16-year-old on the party line. Oh man, I remember those old fucking this number now for local singles. But if she was 16 and this guy was 18, and let's say, I most likely have, if they've been dating a while, I've met him or whatever, I would honestly probably tell the guy, hey, I'm telling you this for you. Like if I like the kid, I'd be like, hey, I'm telling you this for your benefit. Right. You guys keep talking on the phone and you guys can hang out and stuff, but just because you don't know what can pop off, wait until she's of legal age before you guys become intimate. And I would just leave it at that.
I think that's a great answer to that. I mean, shit, like that's the thing, you don't want something to come back and bite you later in life, right? Because literally somebody could change their mind and be like, you know what, I think you were a little too old for me, you know what, I'm gonna press charges on you. Or you always want to do things on the up and up. You always want to I don't know, you just always want to make sure that you're on the legal, on the good side of the law. So
Alice is talking about the Hefner documentary that's coming out.
So I know that I've read about the triplet, or the three girls that he was dating, and how there was like just this lack of intimacy, and like the first night he was just banging them all. And so I mean, Hugh was, man, he was that dude. I don't know how I feel about Hugh. I mean, he was I don't know, seemed like a decent dude, but
seemed like a playboy.
Okay. I see what you did there.
Let's see. Stefan Ward said he's glad he doesn't have any daughters. We aren't. What? Michael Joseph, if they met in high school and kept the relationship going, then I think that's fine. I wouldn't be like, hey, you can't talk to my daughter because you're 18 and she's 16 if they've known each other growing up or been dating. But I would just tell them, I'd be like, I'm just telling you this because you don't never know who might hear something or whatever and might press charges just for, fuck. I think about that. What's up? Oh, I was gonna say, I think about that guy that kid. He was a kid when he went to jail. That chick that accused him of rape lost all of his football opportunities. And then she, like, what was it, 10 years later? She was like, oh, I made it up. She admitted to it. Oh, yep. Fuck, dude.
He lost his career. And then even when he got a tryout, he wasn't up to par anymore. I think I might have a problem if he was a senior and she was like, if it was one of those 4-year high schools that I went to, like in California,
Right.
if she's like 14 or 13 and he's 17, 18, I think I'd probably have an issue. I'd be like, it seems a little too old. I
Yeah.
know boys and girls like mature differently. Like guys are a little slower, but I mean, I would say those hormones aren't. So, I don't want her being forced into something she doesn't feel comfortable with. So.
At that point, you have to kill her. What the fuck? Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
God, he said, having a daughter must be rad. Glad I have a son. Yeah, I'm sure your son is too. Somebody put, Michael said having daughters must be rough. Did you ever meet my buddy Yates, Aaron Yates?
I don't think I did. Actually, no, when we were in Oregon, right?
Yeah, he lives now in Atlanta, but
okay.
My buddy Yates is so funny. I think he has 3 daughters now, but when his first daughter was born, as soon as he knew he was having a daughter, literally the first thing that he said, not like, oh great, I'm gonna be a girl dad or whatever, nothing sweet. He literally goes, hope she's a lesbian. Everybody was like, what? He's like, I'm not going to deal with some fucking high school snot-nosed fuck coming over trying to fuck my daughter. He goes, I hope she's a lesbian. And I was like, well, I hope she is a lesbian and some butch lesbian comes over in high school. Is like, hey, what's up, cuz? I'm going to finger blast your daughter.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I think it's just hard, regardless. I mean, you could have a son and he could be gay and, you're just worried about him dating a butch dude who's like trying to be too much. I don't know. So.
This all this reminds me of another Yates story, everything you just said. So we were hanging out, it was me, Mark G, Matt, and James. We were this is probably early 90s, and one of our buddies was gay and we all knew he was gay. Yeah. And Yates didn't really know him that well, but he knew that he was gay. And so he came up, we were all just, I think we might have been watching a fight. So our gay buddy came over and he brought his boyfriend or the guy he was dating at the time. And this dude he was dating was like fucking yoked and was like a thug, just happened to be gay. And Yates was like the whole night. Again, this is early 90s where people were out, but it was
it wasn't as out as
now it's like you get that everybody's people are just people, and so
exactly everybody.
But he just kept looking at this thug and was like staring at him and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? He's like, that dude's gay. I'm like, yeah, man, that dude can fuck you if he wants.
I'll never forget. So one of my buddies, his brother, used to hang out with us all the time. A little quiet. But I didn't know he was gay, and he brought over a guy that he was seeing, and I think he had added me on MySpace at the time, and I didn't read his sexuality on there, right? And so Eric's sitting there, and I'm talking with Brian and my buddy Jeff, and I'm like, I think that guy that Eric brought over is gay. You know what I mean? And they're like, duh, dummy, did you fucking read the profile? And I was like, he looked at me like, yeah, I'm gay, man. I was like, oh yeah, it's no problem. I just didn't know.
Dude, I remember doing I was the first straight comic to perform at Neighbors in Seattle.
Drag bar.
And
is it okay to say drag bar anymore, or what do you say? Or
your comments are real drag, bringing us down. By the way, San Francisco 49er girl in here, she said, my kid is tall for age and I hate it because people think she's older. Thanks for having my back, San Francisco. Appreciate it. But I remember being at that place and I was dating a girl at the time and she was there, but you get guys that are flirting. Dude, have you ever had a guy flirt with you not just an in passing kind of joking thing, but dude is trying to get with you?
Yeah, I feel like I've had that before. Especially
you would know. It's not like I think. I can tell you the exact. This dude hit me up it slid into my DMs.
Oh shit. Okay.
And he was hoping DM was a dick magnet. Okay, guys.
No.
I'll tell you in a sec. But do you know
about the story?
No, that if do you said you think you
Oh,
you've
I
had
mean, like, I mean, mine have all been in like just playfulness, you know, like they call me Manny Martini, and they're just like, you know,
Ooh.
like, oh, he's, you know, you're like Manny. If you were gay, I would, you know, da 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 with you. I was like, oh, thanks, guys. You know what I mean?
like hey, remind me not to get drunk around you.
But you know, the thing is, I grew up in California. My mom's best friend growing up was gay, and so it never phased me, and so I could always joke with all of them, and it never bothered me. But it's like I've seen some guys get uptight about that shit and be like, "Yo, man, what the fuck?" You know, it's like chill the fuck out. So.
There was a guy that he was a bear.
Oh,
I think he was built like a bear, but I think his personality was a bottom. I don't fucking know. We didn't get that deep into it, but he slid in my DMs, and at first it was like, oh dude, you're so funny, and you know I love your comedy and this that. And I'm like, oh, thank you, man, appreciate it. And then it was like, are you ever whatever city? Are you coming to this city? And I was like, oh, I don't remember. And then he was like, yeah, would you want to get a drink sometime? And I was like, you know, I was like, is this guy talking like at a show and then I saw his profile and I was like, oh no, I appreciate it, but I'm gay or not. I'm straight. Jesus, I'm not gay. I'm straight. Whoa. Freudian slip. What if I just came out right now on the podcast? So man, guys, it's been something I've been hiding. And so I would think I was like, no, I'm straight. Appreciate it, you know. But then kept saying shit like, you sure you don't think we could have fun and this, and it got to the point where I was about to block the dude because I was like, bro, I'm fucking like everybody. Yeah, I knew it.
Divine equinox with the eyes.
Yeah,
Jonathan Slip. Big Irish gay.
We support you, Jay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Shit, I might fucking get more roles if I came out
in Hollywood.
No, but yeah, the dude, I was like, it got to where I was getting fucking annoyed, and I was like, oh, is this what women go through? Yeah, where man. Like a guy won't take no for an answer? Because I was like, dude, I'm not interested. I'm not gay. I'm blah blah blah, and then he finally got the message, or I blocked him. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. It's like it can work both ways, right? It's like, you know, anybody can be too overly aggressive. Like I've had women be overly aggressive where I'm just like, no, I'm good, you know, and you just feel sorry for them for trying so hard, so you sleep with them. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
Mariah, I couldn't be a bear. I'm not hairy enough. I'm not a very like my arms. I have like no hair. I'm more like an elephant, mainly because of the trunk.
I see what you did there. All
right. I just get that dumb line out. Right. Okay. Let me see. What the fuck? By the way, Robert Moore.
Yeah.
His IG is hacked. Just so you know.
It's so funny. He unfriended me because I couldn't get him a gig with Jubal.
Oh, I was like, I get a message saying, "Hey, will you vote for me on something and send me a link?" Which I used to work for Yahoo, so I know all the phishing scams and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, what contest?" And they're like, "What?" And then I said, "What mic did we used to do in Renton?" And the guy was like, "Really? You're gonna ask me questions? I'm asking for help." And I'm like, "Okay, you fuck." What up, Scuba God. Jess? Jay is a furry. Nice. Okay, let's do
this questionnaire. So for those of you who are tuning in, we have a questionnaire today to see if Jay's relationship has a future. It's called 15 questions to help decide if a relationship has a future.
Javon Linton, what up, Javon? Javon, was that your clip of you laughing at the Holland's Worthless podcast? Shout out to Javon Little, Charmaine, Scuba Jess, San Francisco 49er girl. I think I got everybody.
Javon, you're a better man than I am. I just feel bad for everybody, so I'm like, yeah, I'll sleep with her, whatever.
Or him. What?
I wasn't the one who had the Freudian slip. All right. Oh God. All right. So it's called a calendar list for relationship. Consider each question and answer truthfully with a simple yes or no. All right. So we're gonna do this 15
Are you gonna keep track of this?
I'm gonna keep track of it. Okay. Does your partner make you a better person, and do you do the same for them?
Yes. We just had a text about this.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you and your partner both comfortable with sharing feelings, relying on each other, being close, and able to avoid worrying about the other person leaving?
Yeah, I'm not worried about. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you just answering because she might be watching this?
No.
I'm
She,
just-
I don't
I'm
think
just
she.
like,
I don't think she watches this.
okay.
We dated for like, I think 6 months, or maybe more, before we even like became friends on social media shit.
Oh shit! All right, there you go. All right, let's see. Do you and your partner accept each other for who you are without trying to change each other?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. When disagreements arise, do you and your partner communicate respectfully and without contempt or negativity?
You mean this? She gets it.
We just
Yeah.
want to figure on Love and Black and White that this is a comedy show and that Jay would never raise his hand in aggression towards any woman. And if you're a woman out there with somebody who raises their hand in aggression towards you, please seek help. Never be afraid to call 911. Or if you are afraid of calling 911, please message us and we will do our best to get you help.
Yeah. Plus, she was born in New Orleans and raised in Compton, so
Yeah,
she could
so
put a
she
root
would
on
kill.
me or fucking.
She would kill your ass. All right, question number 5. Do you and your partner share decision making?
Wait, hold on. Alice Mariah. Jay said he's with women named Sunshine, Angel, and Paradise, all within the last couple of years. Strippers. Paradise and Sunshine. I don't remember.
Were you with
Angels,
Andre?
Andre Paradise. Yeah, got to tell you about him coming out now. No, well, my girl's name is Angelique. New Orleans, that French.
They
she goes
don't
by
even
Angel.
say Nolans. They say New Orleans. Nah, whatever.
Anyways, okay, sorry. What was that?
Wait. What was I gonna say? I just want to. Was that the true story about Andre Paradise? The one where he got like the feds.
Are you gonna
raided
tell
the
his
time?
business all on the podcast
I don't even know if that was real.
about the CDs?
About his this bootleg DVDs or something. I don't even think it was real. Somebody was saying some shit.
No, it was real.
Oh, poor Andre. He's a good dude though. Shades
All
of
right.
all right. Yep. I'll never be invited to that competition. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 5. Do you and your partner share decision making power and influence in the relationship?
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of stuff where it's like, it's I mean, I'm getting on her insurance. Like, that was
Ooh.
like something,
So now you can get that colonoscopy, player.
yeah. The guy will be like, "Sir, this is your 6th time this week." I just, I got an itch I need scratched, bro.
It's so funny. Like, so they like not to be TMI, but they give you like they knock you out, right? And I woke up in the middle. Yeah, they kind of do just a little bit of like sedative to put you under. I woke up in the middle of mine looking at my asshole. I was like, oh my God, my ass is in HD. They were like, Mr. Martin, everything's healthy. You look fine. I was like, oh, good.
They have you in a yoga position? How are you looking at your asshole?
I feel like they had me on my side and I was just
like a camera? Like,
yeah. So they were looking at a TV while they were like going up.
Your fucking ass was right here, and you're like, "What the fuck have you done to me?" While I was under?
I'm in a pretzel, just looking at my asshole, like, whoa!
Just smack your own ass. You like that? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. All right. Next one. Let's see. Is your partner your best friend and are you theirs?
I don't know. Well, I mean, for the longest, I've told jokes about like I don't want to date somebody that's my best friend.
Right.
I
It's
don't
so hard because it's like I would say maybe like one of your best friends. I mean, because it's like Crystal's one of my best friends.
Yeah,
so
we're getting there. I'd say not there yet, but we're getting there.
All right, we're gonna put a note for that one.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. Do you and your partner think more in terms of we and us rather than you and I?
TY, you and I, TY. That's
Unity.
Queen Latifah.
He tried to touch my booty. He was nasty. I punched him dead in his eye. I said, "Who you calling a bitch?"
And then you were like, "He was Queen." Okay. Okay. I think this question is we haven't had this an opportunity for. Say the question again.
Okay. So do you and your partner think more in terms of we and us rather than you and I?
When the situation arises, like but we don't live together, and but we've talked about like I guess you could say like major decisions about, you know, like she gave me advice on getting my LLC, and like really pushed me to get that done, which I did. And then I've talked to her about, she was thinking about moving out of where she's currently at and moving to another place, and like we give advice on that, and but we haven't had a decision that affects both of us, if that makes
Gotcha.
sense, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna put that one as a no because
Wait.
that's more like you need to get your LLC, and it's like you need to do this instead of we need to like work on your. You know,
Okay.
all
right.
So that's all right. That's only 2 no's.
Divine Equinox. Look, Divine Equinox said all the no's getting lengthy explanations. Okay. All right. So true.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
How many questions are there?
It's supposed to be 15, but I feel like
Okay.
we've gone through more than that. Okay. Let's see. Would you and your partner trust each other with the passwords to your social media and bank accounts?
Yes. She has the code to my door, my front door.
So but I mean
yeah.
social media and bank accounts.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
I'm not. I'm too old to be hiding shit.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But you know, for people who don't know me and Jay's friendship, it goes so far back that it was okay to write things on other people's social media like "I love big black cock," and then people would be like, "Is Manny gay?" Like my mom was like, "What did you just put on your social media?" I'm like,
yeah,
hey, got my phone
that was
again,
that used to be the game back 10 years ago. If you left your
was.
phone unlocked, somebody could just go on your social media. Hey guys, I just want to let you guys know I've been holding this for years. I'm coming out today as gay, and then people are getting phone calls from their family. Did you just post that you're gay?
Yeah, I had old classmates who were gay who were like, "Are you really gay?" I was like, "No, I'm not. It's a bad joke." Let's see. All right. Just said partner trust each other. Okay. Do you and your partner have good opinions of each other without having an overinflated positive view?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Do your close friends as well as your partner think you have a relationship that will stand the test of time?
I don't know, because I mean, you haven't met her. Sean's met her. Sean likes her, and actually everybody that's met her fucking loves her. It's like, okay, we get it. She's great.
I want to say no.
What? Wait, what?
I haven't met her.
Wait, what the fuck? I said no. I said everybody that's met her loves her.
All right, we'll give you that yes. We'll give you that yes. All right,
Divine, have my back. Divine Equinox.
All right. Let's see. Is your relationship free of red flags like cheating, jealousy, and controlling behavior?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Do you and your partner share the same values when it comes to politics, religion, the importance of marriage, the desire to have kids or not, and how to parent?
Yeah. I mean, I think for most of those, we don't really give a fuck.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. Are you and your partner willing to sacrifice your own needs, desires, and goals for each other without being a doormat?
Wait, say that one again. I was reading Divine's comment. I haven't met her yet.
Let's see. Okay. Are you and your partner willing to sacrifice your own needs, desires, and goals for each other without being a doormat? I'm gonna say no on that one.
Can I fucking take it in for a second? Jesus, I'm trying to think
about it.
Well, yeah, because I'm. There's like 3 things there. You said goals, needs, and whatever. What was the other?
Goals, needs, and desires.
I mean, yeah, to an extent. And you said without being a doormat. So basically, compromising on some things, but not being like anything you want. Yeah, I would say yes on that.
So you'd be like, I'm gonna give up comedy to take care of you if she gets sick.
Well, that's what I just said. Not
compromise. All right.
No, you said something. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't give up comedy. But then also, she would never ask me to. She's like one of the most supportive. She bought or got a hoodie from my fucking store.
Okay. All right, we're gonna give you the yes on that one.
And Daphne asks how long you been dating, Jay. We started. Our first date was in May of last year.
All right, there we go. Let's see. Do you and your partner both have agreeable and emotional, stable personalities?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing. I think I mentioned it on here. And I've told her this. I think it was P. Diddy posted this thing
Mm-hmm.
where he said it's not how beautiful she is, or no, it was Kevin Hart. It's not how beautiful she is. It's not how it's like he named three things. It's not how much money she has, and it was one other thing. He said it's how much calm she brings to you, or something to that effect.
Do you see the problem there with both of those names that you said? These are rich people who say this shit, Jay. So don't believe that shit for a fucking second. If she's broke, she's gonna hurt you.
I don't like the energy you came at me
I
with
know,
that.
I know.
You
I'm
see the
so
problem
sorry.
with this?
Yeah, I guess the problem with it. Are you and your partner sexually compatible?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
She has a vagina. I have a penis. One goes into the other.
All right. Let me see. I have to find out where that no was for the first one because I put an extra yes in here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's see. Interpreting your answers. Let's see. At this point, you may be tempted to tally your responses, but as much as you may like the definitive scoring system in which a partner with at least 12 out of 15 is a keeper, that isn't the goal here. Relationships are complex. Any attempt at any answer is inevitably an oversimplification. Let's see. So no doubt, Bill, James, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of fucking things here. Should I just okay? Let me read the whole thing because I don't want to do this wrong. Let's see. Any attempt at an easy answer is inevitably oversimplification. These questions are meant to be self-guided tours through what a relationship science knows is important in relationships, the relationship green flags. In other words, the best answer for every question is a quick, certain, and unqualified yes. If any question gave you pause or leads to a clear no, that's an area that warrants attention and improvement. Let's see. Looking at the list, you may take issue with a question or think twice. That's not important. First, the scientific evidence begs to differ, but that also is why there are 15 questions. More questions provided, greater accuracy, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Manny,
So,
read the comment.
let's see. What is it? Manny, did Kane take this test?
Yeah, and he got 15 no's and still was like, fuck it.
What up, Big Daddy Chris?
Shout out to Big Daddy.
Oh, man.
Well, here the thing is, like, the questions that I can't answer. Well, some of them I can't answer. It'd be like, how are you guys compatible when taking a trip? And if you've never taken a trip together, then you're like, that's an automatic no. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a fuck what a test says, anyways. How'd I do?
So you were 13 out of 15. So I definitely think she's a keeper. I'm reading down a little bit further. It says consult the experts yourself, and as question 10 suggests, your friends. By using both your head and your heart, you can make the best decision about whether your romantic partner is Hall of Fame material. And from what it sounds like, she is. So.
Yeah, she's pretty dope. I was gonna tell you, dude. You know, Kev on stage. I was telling him, because I'm coming out there to LA next month, doing Chocolate Sundays, February 20th. All three shows at the Laugh Factor in Hollywood. But I just texted him because I saw his wife posted their trip, a clip of they went to Egypt and a dope trip. Kev on stage.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so I just text him. I go watching Liz's YouTube about your trip, man. What an awesome trip. Congrats on being able to do that for your family. So awesome. Okay, love you. Bye. That's all he said, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, LOL, love you too. And I said, I'll be in LA the 17th to 20th. I'm doing Chocolate Sundays the 20th. You're gonna be in town that weekend? He's like, I think so. And I said, I'm coming out with Wrinkles and my girlfriend. And he's like, his next question is black ? And I said, Wrinkles? Yeah, he's black. And then he just goes, the woman. And I go, yes, Kevin. And then I just and he was like, let me see. And so I sent him some pics, and he said she seems nice from the pictures. God. And then so big head Kev. Yeah.
Dope.
But
well,
yeah, it's
looks like you guys are and this is, for people who are on here regularly. I've now known you for goddamn like 12, 13, probably longer than that. 14? 15?
Yeah, 13. I think it's 13 or 14. Yeah,
13 or 14 years. Yeah, and I've seen a couple relationships, and I feel like this one is the most I've ever seen you just be happy.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think there was one before that where I think you were really, really happy too.
Isabella.
Isabella, where you
Yeah.
guys were great, but I think that you're just two different people dragged in two different directions. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel like, it's so rare that you talk about people you go on dates with, and now it's
Yeah.
like you're just like, head over heels about her. So I think it's dope. So
I like, oh shit, the seductive turtle coming in here. Thank goodness I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. I just mate and return to the feeding sites. Hilarious.
Oh my God. So
Yeah,
good.
I actually want to do a joke about the two things that let me know she was the one or whatever. The first was when she uses the bathroom, she shuts the door. That's I don't.
Yep.
I have a thing about.
It doesn't matter if you're sitting down to pee.
Yeah,
Jay
I don't
doesn't
care if
wanna
you're
see it.
peeing or shitting because. And I don't,
It all looks like
that's a
shitting.
shit posture for men. I don't even want to see you sitting on the toilet clipping your nails. And then look at Jonathan trying to get some dick. Jonathan said Isabella didn't deserve a catch like Jay. Oh, too kind. And then the second thing I was like, oh, she's a keeper is we took a trip to and anybody that's dated or in a relationship or been in a relationship, I and said you shitted in a grocery bag. Yeah, but I didn't do it while she was in the other room and talking to her where she could see it. Fucking God. How dare you, Ann? That's a pretty fucking good one though, Ann. Okay. Jay, you shitted in a grocery bag. It wasn't a grocery bag, it was a trash bag.
My favorite. There's so many good shitting Jay stories. Oh my God.
I'm a fucking animal. But here's the second sign. We took a trip to Denver, went up there to do the dope shows. Tyler brought his girlfriend. We spent the whole weekend together, and this is anybody that's been in a relationship or dated or taken a trip will get this. And we came back, and excuse me, we didn't sleep the night before, so we were tired as fuck. We took the plane back, and when we got here, I was like, "Do you want to just crash? Well, let's just take a nap." So she came. We passed out for like 6 hours here. And then she spent the day we got back. Whereas usually I would probably be like, hey, man, let's take separate flights back. I had enough this last 2 days. Fucking get the fuck out. Yeah, so I was like, oh, fuck. She's very calming. Like she's just, I don't know how to explain it. She brings peace to me,
See,
and so it's good.
Woosah. So good. Oh, man.
Fair enough. You had the door closed. All right. So according to this test by some random person I have no idea about, she's a keeper. Which
she is. Yep.
Yeah.
This could be the one.
All right. And then let's go on to where we. Okay, we're good on time.
We talked about this briefly.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this briefly yesterday, but earlier this week. But yeah, please reiterate.
I'll set it up for anybody that doesn't go to the Hollings Worthless or go watch our Hollings Worthless podcast live. I know some of you do. If you don't, you should check it out every Tuesday, without fail, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern time. Always that time. So there was I was in the New York Post. A woman that was transitioning to a man. She was taking hormones. She had her breasts removed. And looked like a man, straight up man, identified as a man. That is her pronoun or his pronoun. Fucking, I don't even know because this story goes all over the place.
You're right.
She was on. He was on Grindr, matched with a guy on Grindr. They had a one-night stand, and then she got pregnant, which she didn't think she could because she was on hormones and everything, and then had the baby. and now she's like. She's not transitioning. She's decided to stay female and identify as female. But what the fuck for the guy that hooked up with her?
Yeah, I feel like what is that, like misrepresentation? On so many different fronts. I mean, like I said on the podcast,
the seahorse dad.
I feel like you have to be so. I think. Being upfront is the best solution to anything, right? Tell people where you're at, who you are, what you do, what you're all about. Because it's not fair. I mean, to even that person transitioning that you met up with, you know what I mean, that didn't tell you that they were previously a man, you know what I mean, and then you look like the bad guy. But it's like, no, I think you should always be truthful, because you need to let that person make the decision. Because it's like, if you're gay and you just wanted to date like a man and you didn't know that you had the chance of getting this person pregnant, you know, like, fuck, you're kind of caught off guard with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's such an interesting, like, I will never, whatever is in a person's head, how they feel emotionally or whatever. But it's just, it's
Yeah,
a
we support
weird.
that.
What's up?
We support that. Whatever you feel, whoever you are,
Keep fighting the good fight.
keep fighting the good
Manny
fight.
says.
We support that shit.
But it's an interesting thing. Like you're born a woman and you can take the dick or whatever, and you want to fuck men, but you don't want to be. You're not a woman. You don't feel like you're a woman, so you want to be a man that's fucking or getting fucked by men or whatever. And I know it's not about the sex, whatever, or all about sex. In this, but it's just it's interesting to try and get your head around it, all this shit. And now, they're having a kid, or well, he or she's having a kid. God damn, she's having a kid
because she now identifies as a woman again, right?
Yeah, and so this guy, if this guy, like Manny said on the Holling's Worthless, you had to have known that she was a woman at the time. And what I was saying is, I mean, how many stories have there been? Maybe he didn't. Maybe like the woman just was topping him off, and then was like, "Let's do it doggy style," and never saw the front. And he thinks he's fucking a guy in his ass, and it ends up being a woman's vagina. Ew, gross for that guy. And now, you again, like as a gay dude, you just hooked up with you thought a guy, just, hey, we had a fun one night stand. And then fucking a month later, you get a call. Hi, this is Sheila. Sorry, the hormones are still in effect. Hey, this is Sarah. I'm sorry, who's Sarah? Oh, well, you knew me as Sam on Grindr. Oh, okay. What's going on? Oh, well, I was actually a woman and I'm having a baby and it's yours. So what do you want to do? As a gay dude, you're like, what?
I think the hard part for me to wrap around my mind, it's like, me and you have been, not to, we're all adults here, we've been in both holes, you know what I mean, with women, and I feel like you could tell the difference between the two. And I just, but I guess if you're a guy, maybe that's your first time with that and you're like,
that does nothing for me too, by the way. Yes, I have done that, but I have no desire to ever do it again.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, in my mind, I'm like, they are two very different feelings, right? But
yeah,
at the same time, it's like, if you're not accustomed to that other hole, then you don't know what it's like, I guess. I don't know. So
depends on how tight the girl is.
Yeah, and that's what so I agree with you. And so and for anybody listening says, doesn't a booty hole feel different than a coochie though? A man would, like a straight man would know that, unless, I guess, but would a gay man know that, I guess, is the question. So
unless it's a gaping asshole. There's a trying to fit a round peg in a round or a long hole joke here somewhere. BS Jeffrey. What up, BS Jeffrey? So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're using lube. Hopefully,
or but I mean,
I don't fucking know.
The shitty thing about it, no pun intended.
It's just tip of his dick.
The shitty part about it is you should always be wearing a condom no matter what. But I'm with Daphne. It's like, I'm kind of concerned about the baby too. Like, I don't, but I don't know, but maybe not. I don't know.
And here's another thing for the baby. There's an article all over the world about this. So that trying to deal with shells. So when that baby, how did you and dad meet? Funny story. Let me send you this New York Post article. He was out hoeing.
Man, it's wild though to think. I mean, like,
what up, Double T's? Sorry, I haven't seen Double T's, I don't think, before.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Double T's?
Hope that's not your bra size.
I'm sorry, double T's. That was an awful. That wasn't.
Yeah, how do you fucking type with that thing covering the keyboard? All right, sorry.
Oh my god. So, but yeah, I mean, it's fucked up because you feel to a certain extent that this person shouldn't have to pay child support, but you're still responsible for that new life that came into the world. So ultimately, so
typing with my nipples. Oh fuck! How many words per minute? The other thing too with the like the pronouns thing, Sean and I both saw this guy. He was on Dr. Phil, and I don't know the guy. I don't know his political thing, so he may be. I don't know. He may be. I may be referencing somebody that people were like, oh, this guy's an asshole, but whatever. But he brought up an interesting thing. They had two transgender people. Or that identified as transgender, I guess. One was like a guy with a full beard, but was wearing high heels, makeup, eyelashes, and everything. And Daphne's got this question for you too when we get done. But he was talking about like I get like if you say, oh, I identify as a woman, whatever you were born biologically, you identify as a woman. Cool, those are your pronouns. I'll identify you as a woman too. It's when you get into they them, that always confuses me or fucking Zizix or fucking Scissorp or whatever the fucking other ones are. That's when I'm like, well, you identify as Scissorp, whatever, or Zizix, or it's like Z something, right?
I don't
know what that is. I don't know what that is. But this guy brought up an interesting thing. He said, language is language, and he was like, things have meanings. He's like, that would be like me saying I identify as handsome and good looking. So anytime you refer to me, you have to refer to me as handsome and good-looking Jay Hollingsworth.
Right.
You have to do that because that's what I'm telling you are my adjectives. It was
yeah.
It's an interesting take on
interesting take on it. I mean, yeah, ultimately nobody owes you anything in this life, right? It's like it's tough because there are societal norms, whether they're right or not. I think it's to be debated. I ultimately think whatever you feel you are, technically I guess you can be, but I mean, like, if you feel like a turtle, are you a turtle?
Michael said it's Zazers. Okay, what is that? What is other than saying that's somebody's pronouns, what can you say? This is a Zay or this is a Zers. This is a Zazers. What is a Zazers?
Well, yeah, that's you remember Zay Zazer.
Oh, shit. And it's not that I'm like opposed to it, but I just don't. It's hard for me I don't understand it, and it's like it's hard for me to say, okay, I will identify you as Zazers when I don't know what the fuck Zazers is.
Right.
Maybe Zazers is, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me, I should say. He's like, I'm confused just like you guys. Like, you say I identify as a woman. Cool, I get that. I identify as a man. I get that. I know what those are.
Right.
But and when you say I'm they them, I'm like, what?
The double Dutch bus coming down the street. Yeah, no, it's and I think that it's all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. It's just tough because it's like I guarantee you the human species will continue to evolve and people will want to be called something else. I think it's also tough though, like sometimes it's like, I think about even from just being black, like a standpoint of God, we've been waiting in line so long for like certain words to not be called, you know what I mean? And then we get like passed over and it's like, no, you need to call me this and you can't call me this. So Roy Wood Jr. had one of the best jokes. He was like, if we want to get people to stop using the N-word, he was like, we just need to start calling gay people, the N-word, because they'll have that shit canceled tomorrow because they're so good at canceling shit. And so
that's funny.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I don't know. I maybe I should talk to somebody that identifies as they them and then
sorry to
interrupt you. I was going to say I just remember this. This is another thing the guy brought up to the two trans women. Or people that identified as women. He's like, you are appropriate. He's kind of what Chappelle was saying. He's like, you're appropriating womanhood. He goes, you say you identify as a woman. Okay, what's a woman? And then neither one of them could answer. They go, well, it's different for what every person. I can't say that because blah, blah. And then he's like, well, then you want me to identify you as a woman, but you can't define what a woman is.
Right,
so how am I supposed to identify you as something you can't even identify or define?
Yeah, man, that's so. I wish I had the answer, but you know what we should do? We should have somebody on who could maybe better explain this. I mean, not that I want to debate it, but
I have a buddy that he came out or I don't even know if that's the proper term. He came out. He identifies as they them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Daphne said I was talking to some of my gay friends. Ew, gross. Just kidding. I was talking to some of my gay friends, and they are confused also.
We just want to say, please don't take anything out of context on this show. It is a comedy show, first and foremost. Me and Jay both have endless amounts of friends in the LGBTQ.
I have a gay friend and a black friend. Are you doing that? Is that what you're doing, Manny?
Yes. I think I'm going to do a blanket statement at the very end of the show.
All right.
It's very confusing. I mean, you think about it, we're learning. I mean, even from being black. I mean, it's like, think about how much they've changed what they've called us in the last 50, 60, 70 years, right? At one point it was colored, another point it was Negro, then it was African American, then it was black. So it's just like we're always evolving, we're always changing. So I don't know. So
and Wonder Man, read this, Manny.
See, I accidentally called some people effing F words in front of my gay friends, and he called me the N word and said, "How does it feel?" I mean, yeah. I mean, God. I mean, it's so crazy that word was so freely used in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, you just think about it, and it's like, yeah, that's their kind of N-word, I guess, if you will. But it's like, I don't know. It's so damn confusing and so
N-word. It's confusing. Who you calling it? They, them. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, and the other thing is I missed tonight's stream getting ready for tomorrow's show. Felicia.
Yeah.
Getting ready for that's right. You're Felicia, that's right. The fucking comedy catch in Chattanooga. Nice. It'll be some new stuff, some stuff you've heard, Felicia.
There you
go. But here's the other thing too: is new terms come out, and
yeah,
I don't know if they're defined. So I mean, what's not to say? I identify as
the N-word.
scissor. Like we were just.
It's so tough because it's like one moment it's acceptable, the next moment it's not, right? And it's like, gosh, you're taught to be respectful growing up. Like let's just preface it with my my in-laws, right? Growing up, the respectful thing to call somebody was colored. Now you say that today, and it's like, holy shit, right? It's like, you can't say that, what will it be tomorrow? I don't know, but I don't think that's the big thing we got to get away from is canceling people. It's like, it's still a learning thing. You know what I mean? We're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to learn it together. And some of us are slow. Like, I can't remember. Go ahead.
Go
I was going to say, I can't remember who said this, but you have to realize that there's somebody, maybe it was Bill Maher who said this. He was like, you have to realize there's somebody in the middle of the country who just became okay with gay marriage, right? And now you're attacking them for using the wrong pronouns. It's like, that's not the right, method to take on getting people to accept who you are.
Well, I had a premise kind of along the lines, like if I again, I don't know what Z or there is, or a lot of these, I don't understand them. So like if I was, let's say I came from another country and I came over here and English is my second language, and I said something improper or incorrectly, and you heard my accent, or you understood that I wasn't from here, you would be like, oh, just so you know, hey, we don't say that here, or you're using this term wrong or whatever. But we don't give the same, to somebody that doesn't understand pronouns or
Great
trying
point.
to learn this. Nobody's like, hey, I know you may not know this, but zer means this, or they, them.
Right.
This is kind of the definition of it, or fucking scissor.
And also, you're fucking up somebody's like learning of the English language. It's like, they, them usually means plural, right?
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh, so
you're like, oh, so that's a bunch of gay dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
You said, yeah? What the fuck, Manny? I was joking. Your heart came through on that.
I just want to apologize to everybody here on the Love It Black and White podcast. Sometimes I react too soon with just a quick response to my best friend, and it is not the correct response. And it can be taken out of context at times. But no, we do love everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And shout out to Felicia who came in here late, and Guyanese
Yes.
gal. We got to start wrapping it up, Manulus.
Yes.
This has been a great episode. I enjoyed it. Hope all the people in here enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 billion pronouns. I mean, it really is like it's what LGBTQ plus, or there's other stuff before the plus.
AII or something like that, or I don't
artificial intelligence. Okay.
Christ.
Okay, let's see here.
You plug your stuff first, or you want me to plug mine?
You plug yours.
All right. I just want to say, PC Manny here. I just want to say, if you've been offended by anything on this show, we first apologize. But if you do have a problem, please feel free to write us with an email or, a text. Probably not a text because we're not going to give out our phone numbers on this, but an email is acceptable. Please write into bigrsj@gmail.com or mannymartinjr@gmail.com. And we'll be more than happy to take your complaint. We'll file it. We probably won't do anything about it, but we do appreciate you writing in, and you guys are the best.
Wonder Man said LGBTQIA plus BBQ and BBW
and BBC.
Yeah, I mean, has there ever? I don't want to. This here. This will be the. No, this won't be a teaser. But here's my thought: is has there ever been a pronoun suggested where people are like, nah? Because if not, then we keep adding indefinitely? Yeah. Because I identify as. So you have to. That's my pronoun is.
I mean, yeah, it's oh god, man, it's so crazy. It's like, what, will you start adding numbers? You know what I mean? Like, will you be, hey, you got to call me 3 or you got to call me 7? I don't know. Yeah, it's but I just hope we're all on the right side of history and we're trying to be as understanding, and it's just something. I hope that I want people in whatever community they're in to understand that it's all learning. We're all we all want to live on this planet and accept each other, and
I don't hate nobody. I don't give a fuck whatever you I'm like, as long as you're not hurting anybody, do it. Do you however you identify, I will honor that. I may not understand it, and I'll probably fuck up a lot, because if I knew you when you were he and now you identify as Zer,
right,
I'm probably gonna fuck up a lot. And you'll have to, and if we're friends, then you can fuck with me and I'll fuck with you, and I'll be like, oh, fucking Zer again.
Yeah. Let's see. Wonder Man just said, you see that teacher that got let go because she wouldn't identify the kid as a cat.
That's the teaser. All right. That's the teaser. All right. Thank you, Wonder Man. I don't know anything about this, but that is the teaser for next week. Okay. My plugs. Let's see. Tomorrow, well, this will be coming out Friday. So today, January 28th, 29th, I'm at the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then starting Monday, I will be at the Las Vegas Laugh Factory all week, and then going into the weekend with Jessica Kirson the Great. And then the week after that, I'll be at the Comedy Cellar here in Las Vegas. Go to bigirisj.com for tickets. Or links to tickets, any info, and until next week, Manulus,
we'll be putting the pronouns back in your right. It's love in black and white.